Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm going to set up play and review for the game Sky Team. Now I have already pretty much set everything up you need for your first game, which I can show you right here. Now, normally the coffee cups in the rulebook have them out, but I tend to leave them in just to make you aware of this. And you need to make sure your red counter's here, your blue is here, your amber here, etc. And some reroll tokens which you might use. Now, you will need to go up, and I need to actually almost zoom out in some respects to show you that we're going to be descending from an altitude, and we're trying to land this plane in a certain amount of time. And this is a game, it's a cooperative game for 2 players only. So can you see that we've got these planes on here? You can see how much longer it would have taken to set up if I hadn't done it immediately. So there we go, we've got 1 plane here, 2, then 1, then 3, then 2. So for most of that will be out of shot, but I'll show you as and when we're going to descend how it's going to work. Again, I could have zoomed out. This is being filmed in 4K, and I would have lost that resolution if I had have left it zoomed out, but I'll tell you how the game's going to work in a second. So as I mentioned, you're playing this cooperatively, you're playing as a 2 only. Check out my 2-player playlist. Also check out my AmassGames playlist, my cooperative one, etc. So somebody is going to be playing blue, which in this case we'll have on the left because they're going first, and then amber over here, or orange on the right hand side. So it's limited communication, and what we're going to do is take our dice and roll them, but we're going to discuss what we want to do beforehand. So you need to make sure you place a die here and a die here. The aim of the game here is to make sure all your green lights are switched on, so make sure you reset them if they're like this. And in this case, in orange's order, you've got to play them in order. So a 1 or a 2, then a 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 5 or 6. But blue can play them any order they like. You'll also want to be trying to clear off planes from the runway, which we'll come back on and showing you again in a moment. As well as other things, you want to keep your speed low, potentially. And also maybe you need to get some extra coffee cups. And also, this is the coolest part, make sure your plane doesn't crash out, which in future missions, there are certain requirements like trying to land the plane at a certain angle, etc. So let's just roll our dice and see what we're doing. Again, this is going to be hidden, so it's not like the other player can see what you're doing. But let's start off with trying to make sure the plane is roughly even. And so I tend to use like a middle value here, immediately does this. The other player is going to maybe do this to show that actually we are now only out by, well, technically you wouldn't have even moved it by then, but now once you've got 2 dice in, you can see that that is a higher value, so it goes up by 1, a difference of 1. Also, what you want to be trying to do is, like I said, make sure you've got these values in too. So now it's back to blue's turn, and what blue might want to do is play a kind of middle-ish value, because your value here for blue needs to be above this line, and for amber it kind of needs to be sort of, well, basically 2 of them needs to be between